going back to the segment on dirty ass police, we have Dead Cornbread, who is a fan of Rollers Morning Glory. What's up, Dead Cornbread?
Hey, what's up, Ryan? How are you guys?
I'm doing great. Now, have you done anything crazy tonight?
This is the oddest radio show I think I've ever heard.
I guess it's a compliment.
What's so?
Are all three of you guys white? How many guys are there?
Well, today
We're four white guys, yes.
There's 3 hosts and 1 contributor.
Straight. 4 white guys playing hip-hop and talking about sports?
Not sports, but yeah.
Okay. So, back to that guy in Iowa. I don't know how this guy couldn't outrun police there. I have tons of friends. Well, not tons, but I have a few friends that actually live in Iowa. So I've been there, like, quite a few times. I don't understand how this guy couldn't outrun the cops. There's nothing around. Like, literally there is nothing around. Like, I don't know.
But then again, it's really easy to get caught because there's nothing going on, so it's easy to spot the car. And real quick, where is your accent from? It's pretty sexy.
I'm actually from Southern Ohio. I actually don't even live in Cleveland.
Oh, really? I thought you were from, like, down under. You have, like, that, like, voice,
under.
like... I didn't mean it like
it
that.
sounds like a mix of Ohio and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little further south.
Yeah, I live about 40 miles south of Columbus, actually.
All right, so you were tweeting me about all the times you hotbox the car with your friends and the cops get involved, smoking some marijuana. What happened?
Oh, which time?
How about all of the time?
I've gotten caught 3 times with weed.
Wow, and what happened? What was the craziest time? Out of all 3 of the times, unless they're all crazy, what is the one that is in your mind right now where you're like, God damn it, screw the cops?
This one is probably like, I think this was the second time I got busted. Okay, it was me and my buddy Josh that I worked with.
Oh, man, Josh sounds like quite the guy.
We smoked constantly, like, smoked down every night afterwards. Well, this one night, we went over to our other dude, Tony's house, which is, like, not very far from our work. Mind you, we are still dressed in our work uniforms. We worked for a Honda supplier at the time, mind you. Basically, we had randoms there, but, you know, when you like weed and you like to get high, you just chance it. You don't really care. So
Of course.
anyways, we're outside of his house, Tony's house, in his truck, hotboxing. I mean, literally smoke, you know, like, I think I had, like, maybe a quarter on me, and Josh had, like, probably a quarter on him.
Jesus Christ.
He even had scales.
I can imagine this car, because I've seen this when you're in, like, the Mickey D's drive-thru and you see them order, and the smoke just piles out like a factory in Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's not even the worst part. So we're sitting there. Well, Tony starts blasting, like, you know, the rap music and stuff. I'm not a real rap music fan or anything, but I'm like, dude, you have to turn that down.
Just trying to, like, draw attention. I can just imagine you're hotboxing, you're tripping, you're nervous, and then your friend Josh just begins, like, blaring this rap music, and you're like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get us caught?
I guess he was. That's the logical explanation.
Well, mind you, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning because we worked like second shift and we had overtime. So the next thing you know, we see cop lights behind us. I mean, we'd only been sitting out there maybe 15 minutes. Now, when I say we see cop lights, it's more than one cop. It's two city cops that, well, actually 2 village police, because Groveport is actually a village. 2 village police, 1 sheriff, and it's two village police, 1 sheriff, and a state highway patrol.
Wait, how many cops are there? 25? Jesus Christ! All for you smoking weed and relaxing? Screw them.
It must have been a really slow night, and you were the big excitement for the night.
Oh, pretty much in Groveport, yeah, you can say that. It's a small town.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem. It's these small towns where nothing's going on that these scumbag leeches of cops, these these dirtbags, these losers have to get their quotas in. Oh, my God, Amanda and her friend Josh, after a hard day of work, how dare they smoke weed and get Mickey D's and Josh blares his favorite rap music. We have to ruin their night so we can get our quotas in so we can feed the families at home. Like, it's just enough of you. Like, Just get rid of quotas. And the worst part, Amanda, is when you bring it up to them, they go, no, we don't have quotas. And people believe it when they say that. Why wouldn't the cops tell the truth, number one? And number two, when you hear on the news that they're getting rid of quotas, everyone believes it. But then again, when it's the end of the month, you see the cops driving around. So, are quotas really gone? No. God, I'm so sick of suburban cops. And it feels great to have you on the line right now calling them out. So what else happened?
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Tony had, which he's in the truck with us, this is his car. It's me, Tony, and Josh. Well, Tony has this, like, you know, like those coffee cups that people can buy that you, like, put down in your cup holder?
Yeah.
Kind of almost looks similar to, like, an ashtray almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, he's got that thing full of roaches. So, I mean,
Oh, my Lord.
20 roaches in this thing.
Oh, wow.
When we see the cops come up, Tony's like, we're basically scrambling. We're trying to hide the stuff that we've got on us. And so here's this thing of roaches. Tony's like, dude, what the hell are we going to do with these roaches? And I'm like, oh, man, we are so screwed. I mean, how are we going to get rid of that cup? I'm eating them. Ate the whole cup of them roaches and swallowed it down like a champ.
How nervous were you when this is happening? Like, is your heart just pumping and you're like, what the hell? I'm high. There's cops behind us and my buddy's eating roaches?
Well, this is the thing. This is like, I'm caught in my work uniform, which is like, because, I mean, literally our job is like 2 miles outside of town.
Jesus.
So it's like they're going to know once they see our uniforms, they're going to know where we work. So that was like my first biggest fear. I'm like, oh crap, they're going to call our job the next day.
Yeah, that would be really bad.
Oh, dude, that was my main like nerve-wracking thing.
Right.
But the thing that got really nerve-wracking is once they pull you out of the car. Mind you, I had to go sit in a completely separate cruiser than everybody else because I'm like the only chick, and you know they got to separate you. So they got to wait for like, you know, they got to make sure like they're, you know, bring a female officer or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but basically, you know, they just, you know, asked me, you know, do you have any on you? And me, I'm just kind of like, I said no, because at that point they hadn't like patted us down or nothing, you know. So I'm like, you know, I'm just trying to play it cool, act like ain't nothing going on, you know, I don't have nothing. Meanwhile, Josh and Tony are in the other car like, yeah, this is what I got on me. Like, they're spilling the beans. Not me, man. I'm keeping my mouth shut. I ain't trying to, like, go to jail or get a ticket.
Right.
You know, not them. They're spilling the beans. But all in this meantime, while all this is going on, Tony's mom is standing in the living room window watching all of this go down.
This is like a scene out of like the show like Workaholics. Like this cannot be real life. Like, is this what happens in small towns? Just people are blaring hip hop music? Like, what time was this?
I'm serious. It had to be between 1:30 and 2.
So like at 1 to 2 a.m.
Got off work.
Yeah, so between 1 to 2 a.m. you're blaring hip hop music. You have just weed all over the place. You're like eating the roaches just so that you don't get caught. Hopefully, like, is this what happens in small towns daily?
Well, where I'm from, well, yeah, because I mean, it's pretty. I mean, like I said, I grew up in the country, so we drink beer and mud run and smoke weed.
Because what else is there to do? And then how easy is it not to get caught? Because I feel like you can just smoke weed in the middle of like a cornfield and you're fine. Like, how angering is it? Like, how mad do you get when you actually get caught? You're like, God damn it, we live in the middle of nowhere. This should be easy not to get caught.
Well, like that happened when I was like I was probably like 24. I haven't been caught since. But I have failed random drug tests since then. I mean, I will admit that out. But I have failed a few random.
How many pieces do you have in your house? Like bongs, bowls, blunts on deck?
I got 3 bowls, 2 bongs, but I really like to smoke blunts. So I smoke a lot more blunts than I do out of my pipe.
How many pieces altogether do you have?
Like 5.
Wow.
Nice.
But I was drunk one night and kicked my bong off like the front porch and the back when we were kicking it off. But that's another story.
Please tell us about that. That's great.
Well, you know what it was? I think I was really upset about something. I think my cat died or something, and I was just like faking out, like I was just like needed to like chill out. And I think I got up off the front porch and just bam, kicked it. Not even intentionally, but it was a nice bong too. My sister got it for me for Christmas, so that was kind of depressing. I always hate it when I break a piece. That's depressing.
Seriously, that's the worst.
Because you put so much money into that piece. Was it like this afterwards? You just lit up a bong. You're like, God damn it, Amanda. What's wrong with you? And then you just light up this bong real quick. Like, how annoying is it? Like, how much was that bong worth?
I think my sister paid like 60, maybe 70.
God damn it!
Around there.
Yeah, it's a good holiday present.
Yeah, well, I got
Spread
a
the
buddy
cheer.
that makes them like real cheap at like makes like he gets these faces and like he has like a glass drill thing.
You know a lot
Like,
about
I
it.
can get bongs and everything for like real cheap because he makes them.
Nice.
I love that there's that one, like, weird, sketchy, like, convenience shop in each town. And it's not like 7-Eleven, but it's like quick food on the cheap. It's always the sketchiest name, and it's some sketchy guy, and there's hardcore porn behind the desk. And then right on, like, the main, like, area where you, like, check out, it's like glass so you can see through, and you just see bongs and pieces and, like, bowls and like hookah, and then you see them selling it to like a 14-year-old. Have you ever seen a type of a shop? There's one in Palatine. Like, it's crazy, and these kids
There's
are
a smoke shop that just opened up
no, but this isn't
somewhere.
a smoke shop.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but there's a new smoke shop or something that opened up. I think it's in Palatine or Deer Park or something.
Yeah, but here's the best part about these places. It's the weirdest people in line. It's 14-year-olds trying to get high. It's some 27-year-old who smells like too much Axe trying to buy a hookah. And then there's some fat old guy trying to buy an iced tea and then lottery tickets. It's the weirdest shop ever. I'm just like, I want my Cheez-Its.
You guys don't have beer drive-thrus there, though, do you?
No, we don't.
I don't
Not
think
that
so.
I've seen. I know what they are though. But
Drive-thru. I work at a beer drive-thru, and there's one here in town, and it's a Chinese guy, and he sells pipes, and he sells some pretty nice little pipes for a decent price too. But, you know, you go through, and I went through and, like, probably 2 weeks ago and bought me just a little one. I like to buy the little ones, the glass ones, at, like, for $5.
You know so much.
She's a reliable source.
yeah.
Yeah. So I go through there, and he, you know, hey, how you doing today? You know, I'm like, yeah, you know, can I get a pipe? Oh, I got lots of selection for you. What you want? You know, and then, you know, I mean, he's got like a huge stash in the back. Oh, you get out your car and come here, look. So I come in, you know, and it's just like the most. Every time I go into a smoke shop, I just hear like, no, you know, the angels start singing because you know you're gonna get that pipe. And
Right.
Oh my
and then you have to get blown.
And you know that guy just smokes weed 24/7, and he just loves his job. Here's the best part. I looked up beer drive-thru, and the first thing it said was Columbus, Ohio, and that's where you're nearby. So it must be a huge...
Beer, you got them everywhere. I work at one part-time. I've been there for 4 years. I like to consider myself a therapist. Pack for
Yeah.
906, and you get my therapy for free. So, you know.
So your name hasn't been put out there. We don't have your social security number. There's no way we have her last name or anything about you. So here's my thing I want to ask you on the air. Have you ever given, like, a bong or alcohol to underage kids if they make a deal with you, or do you even do it anyway?
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I have.
What is that moment like?
It is a regular customer, and his dad and him come through. But this one time, he was like, if I float you an extra $10, will you sell me like a 24-pack? I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I mean, I was a teenager once,
Right.
and I had adults buy me beer and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't see
you know?
any harm in that.
And I know this kid, so, I mean, but no, I have never gotten busted selling actual alcohol to, like, a liquor agent. Or
Do you ever get nervous that might happen to me? I'd be like, I hope no one finds out about this, or, like, no kids die from over
beer
drinking.
for weed. I trade beer out of that drive-thru all the time for weed. There ain't nothing.
You live quite the life. I mean, you
Not
live
bad.
in the middle of nowhere, but it seems like you make the most out of it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I grew up in a town, like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see a black person until I moved to Columbus. Like, we moved to Columbus when I was 14, and that was the first time I had ever seen a black person.
Wow.
Because where I grew up, we didn't have black people.
That's a new sight.
I mean, we didn't. We didn't have black people.
That's a
What was your reaction when you saw your first black person?
I didn't really have like a reaction. It wasn't like, oh, what's that? I was just kind of like, wow, that's different.
So you had never seen one in a movie?
I've never been around them.
You didn't see any in movies or
She
anything?
meant in real life.
Yeah,
of
I
course.
know.
Right in
Like,
your
I've seen black people in like movies and stuff before that and everything. Hell, Mr. T was my idol for like the longest time. That was
pity
a
the
great
fool.
cereal, by the way.
And now,
Anyways,
yeah.
I mean, but I had never like interacted. Like I didn't go to school with any black kids where I went to school.
Okay.
Grade school. Yeah, it wasn't. They didn't live in the town that I lived in. So
And now, have you ever hooked up with a black guy?
nah.
So you wouldn't know if they have big dongs or not, because I've heard it's not true.
Well, I mean, I've seen them in porno and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Just
How much porn do you watch?
What kind of porn?
Yeah.
Just like your regulars. I watch stuff on RedTube a lot. I don't really like have any type of particular like
Pornhub is the
porn
way
that
to
I'm,
go.
like, into. It's just there,
Yeah, I used to look at RedTube, but then I found out Pornhub was a way better site. So yeah,
Way better.
What's it called? Pornhub?
Pornhub.com. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I didn't even never heard of that. My friends are the one
right.
who told me about RedTube.
I get so sketchy when I
Both
go
are
on those
quality.
sites because I hope they don't take down my laptop. You know what I mean? Or those pop-up ads. God damn it! When I'm trying to relieve some stress, I don't want to see Fat Ron Jeremy's gut. God, or some fat hog who's lonely from Adult Friend Finder. Like, why can't you have good pop-ups? Or I don't want to see Peter Griffin banging Lois. I'm so annoyed with those pop-ups.
in your area.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, that's the weird one that pops up now. It always says, what's that, housewives looking to get banged or something, and then it's weird. You're like, wow, that's
Wow.
Or what I hate is
0 to
when you
100.
see mom teaches son how to have sex. Like, who in hell's watching that scenario? That's why I just go to Brandy Love teacher, because I always wanted to bang my teacher in high
Ann.
school. Lisa Ann teacher. Jada Kiss teacher. God damn, I know too much about porn. Or Cagney Lynn Carter. Like, that's what I go to. I type it in. Because sometimes when you go on the main page of like a porn site, you'll see like a zoom in as their screenshot. It's not a hot picture of a screenshot. It's like the zoom in of a certain body part. And it's so hideous. And you're like, maybe I won't watch porn now. You know what I mean?
I remember when I was me and my best friend, we actually, I think we were probably like maybe 10 or 11, and we found my best friend's dad's porn stash. And he had some really weird porn.
What type of porn was it? Like, was it like really kinky, weird porn?
No, this was like 70s weird porn. Like, have you ever seen The Devil and Mrs. Jones?
Oh, okay.
That
yeah.
must have been a very interesting day.
What is it like when you're like looking through her dad's room trying to find something to do, maybe trying to find some booze or some weed, and you come across like Ron Jeremy porn? You know what I mean? Like, what is that moment like?
What was that one book? I think it was like a old magazine book back in the day. I think it was called Easy Rider.
Oh yeah, it was an easy ride there.
That was the first stash that we found. Well, those videos were in there. In the box with those.
What is it like when you first watch a porn? Because when I first watched porn, I'm like, is this what sex is? I'm like, this cannot be real life. And then you learn about different positions that are so filthy, and you're like, people do that? Wow.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
I think the one that was the funniest was Buns and Roses. If you ever get a chance, you gotta watch that. That's a really, really odd porn.
Buns and
Really odd.
Roses.
Buns and Roses.
Man.
It's so odd. It's the weirdest porno I think I've ever seen, and it's one of the weirdest. And then, like I said, the All in the Family.
Shaving Ryan's
That was
parts.
another weird one.
Here's what I find weird. Number one, this conversation went from weed to porn, but here's the second part that's
Two best
weird.
things in the world, right?
Amen to that.
especially when you combine it. But here's the weird part about porn.
That is true.
What type of a person is the guy who actually took clips from Family Guy, configured it, and made it so that Lois is being banged by Peter? I mean, it must be some weird, lonely degenerate that's doing that, Amanda, for him to actually make that, or that hentai porn that is so...
God.
Japanese
awful.
tentacle squid porn.
Like, imagine drawing that or doing it on the computer. Like, you must be such a weirdo.
Well, I actually own one porn on and it's on VHS, mind you. That's how freaking old this porn is.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually Ron Jeremy with a dude that has 2 dongs.
Ew!
Yes, I'm serious. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
It can't be real.
Throw it in a fire pit.
It is the weirdest. I'm not lying, and it works.
Oh, I could imagine.
That's the thing. That's the oddest thing about it. Both of them work.
Oh,
It was odd.
what I love in porn too is when it's like a gangbang. Like, I actually never ever watch gangbangs to relieve myself. I watch it just because I'm fascinated by how far this girl's life has gone downhill and how proud her dad must be.
How about a bukkake?
That there's 8 guys around her, and you watch her face.
They're very
and-
desperate for money.
Yeah, and the guys are just at the top of the mountain, and they're just all around each other, giving each other high fives, and the girl's crying. Like, her face wants to cry.
Wait. What? That's only in bukkakes, my friend.
I don't know the term. I don't watch porn like you, even though I do know the term. It's just like, you look at the girl's face, and she's just like, why did my daddy hate me so much? But she's smiling, but you can read that smile, and she looks miserable.
Well, at least I'm getting paid now.
Yeah, and you'd have to be. I mean, seriously, that's too much. Yeah, I don't watch them gangbangs either because that's just kind of odd.
Well, what about Lisa Sparks? I haven't seen the video, but I read about it on her Wikipedia page because I love after I watch one of them, not literally after when I watch one of the porns, I look them up, but like a few days later, I'm like, I want to see what their Wikipedia page is like. So I looked up Lisa Sparks. Supposedly in like Warsaw, Poland 10 years ago, she had a gangbang where every 2 minutes a guy had sex with her. So she was laying on a table. She broke the record. 732 guys she had sex with, missionary that day.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know.
Have you seen the movie Delivery Man? He had sex so many times. He had kids with more than 1,000
But
women.
that's not real.
I know. I'm just saying. That's still outrageous.
Yes, I have seen that movie, Risky. I have.
But
Pretty funny.
Amanda, like, what went wrong in Lisa's life where she's doing that in Warsaw, Poland?
Well, that's why it was probably illegal here. She had to go to Poland to do it.
Is like, you know Charlie.
How do you even
Sheen,
find that
he's
many
about
guys
to
to
marry a
do
porn
it?
star.
Right.
What's her name? Right.
Brie Olson.
That chick's been in some weird porn too.
Who, Brie
She's been
Olson?
in a couple gangbangs, I think, too, because I think I've seen it on Red too. I've seen like her videos, like her name, and
Well,
then, like, yeah, she's.
That's what happens when you live with Charlie Sheen. Your life just goes downhill. Imagine his orders. Get on your knees, I have the whips, and snort a line of coke off my butt real quick, and then we're going to get to going. Like, just imagine, like, what it's like to live with him. And I've always wondered this. Like, why are you going into porn? I get it's easy money. I get it's a money shot. But, I mean...
No pun intended, which was intended.
It's the only job for women that actually pays more than men.
But here's the thing. Like, what went wrong with your life?
man.
Like, how do you look yourself in a mirror and you're like, this is what I do for a living. Guys who are lonely are touching themselves at 2 a.m. to me. Like, did your dad touch you as a kid? Or did your dad ignore you? Or was he not even around? Like, I don't get the idea of being a porn actress when it comes to being a woman because it's so demoralizing. But when you're a guy, it's awesome. You're getting laid every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I find it fascinating. I literally find porn fascinating because, like, just imagine the, like, conversation at the Thanksgiving dinner table. You know what I mean? So how's it going being an accountant? You know, the same old with numbers. How's the football team going, Johnny? Oh, yeah, we almost won a championship. Hey, Cagney Lynn Carter, how was that gangbang last week?
Oh, it was great.
This one guy couldn't get hard, but I helped him out. It took a little longer, but we're really going to have to...
He's an older guy. Didn't have his Viagra with him. We helped him out.
His name was Ron. I don't know where this segment went, but it went down a wrong path and then 7 other right turns. I mean, this segment went downhill.
And it changed pretty quickly, too. It went downhill very quickly.
I mean, we went from Amanda talking about just her times being pulled over by the cops, and then we started talking about her working at a beer drive-thru, and then porn.
Hey, Hoppy.
What?
This one went downhill faster than Vince Young's NFL career.
This went downhill faster than Ron Jeremy Schlong after seeing June from Honey Boo Boo.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right.
How dare you?
Before we let you go, what song do you want us to play for you? Any requests to pump you up at 3 in the morning out there in Ohio?
Well, do you guys just play hip-hop, or do you guys play rock
We'll play
music?
whatever you want.
Do you guys have any of the new Slipknot?
We can get it off of YouTube. Which one?
Devil and I.
Finally,
That's
someone
Rock on.
that knows
yeah.
good music.
That's
Hoppy
a-
doesn't like that kind of stuff. That's why he
I'm
always
a-
says I play bad
Hoppy
music.
has absolutely no good taste in music.
All right, and I'm the one that brought you on my radio show. Amanda, thank you for coming on the Hoppy and Super Rich show.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for taking my call. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks for
Hey,
listening.
thanks, bye.
That was Amanda, a.k.a. Dead Cornbread. Add her right now on Twitter because she's one of the funny Twitter accounts. A lot of girls are uptight. They take themselves too seriously. But Amanda sounds like a cool chick you could get a beer with and black out in the middle of the field high on weed and coke.
I know.
I'm just kidding on the coke part, but I mean like just high on bong and life. And imagine where she lives. There's not a lot of like city lights. You get to see the whole galaxy, man, and
Yeah.
wonder why are we even here. All right, here's Slipknot with The Devil and I. I'm not Devil and I. We'll be right back. Hang on. Call the show though. 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. And real quick, that might have been the most dirtiest segment I've done since the Hoppy and Freeman show. So portions, no, not portions. The whole segment was inappropriate for younger and sensitive, uptight listeners. We believe this to be artistically and culturally significant. There is no art.
I guess so. There's no art. There's no culture. But we were talking inappropriately, so.
We will be here
Who
until
cares?
4 a.m.
Who's even up at this hour?
We are.
Dead Cornbread was up. Your friend was up. And guess what?
All the other callers were up.
We are too.